skin, no explanation. You love how I move with no limitation.
It's time to depart Cairns. We've had a fabulous week or so here, caught up with some really important people in our lives, and it was so lovely to see them and have the chance to share this with them. But the wind is, cross our fingers, the wind is playing well. So we're going to get out of here. We've been staying in what is called the skating rink because apparently the holding isn't good here, but we've had no issue with that. We did have to set anchor twice. First time down, we did drag a little bit, but the second drop, it was fine, and we haven't moved an inch since we've been here. Poorly named, I think, but we've been here for the week. We've had a few things to do, some boat jobs that I'll share with you later on, and we've got some friends here with their super yachts that we've been able to have a look at. It's been a really fun time looking at the different activity going around. And then there's Octopus at the end, which is the biggest ship to have come into Australian waters. 50 staff and $25 million a year to run it. So even if they gave it to me, I couldn't run it. But it's been really good to be here, and I've really enjoyed having some time in Cairns. And in a season where it's not horrifically hot, although yesterday I just didn't cope. It was a very hot day yesterday, but we were over at Hemingway's, which is just over here. You can't see it from the big super yacht that's there, but we were in there having a beer with my mate Tracy, and we could actually see ARGO from where we were seated. So it was actually, I love being able to do that, to be at a bar and overlook the boat, and I don't know, there's something kind of fun about that. So anyway, today we are up and running. We are off. We're going out to the reef. Couldn't come all this way and not see Barrier Reef proper, so we're headed out there for a few days. Back in for one last boat job before we skip south. Desperately hoping that some northerlies come, but fully cognizant it could be a fairly hard slog. But insurance wants us back by November, so we will make the turn and come back. But for this morning, we are anchor up. I believe I will be here for some time up the front getting the mud off, and then it's out to the reef. So let's make this happen. Your safety is off. You're good to come up. We are fish on.
It's a longtail.
It's a longtail tuna. Woohoo!
Got that feeling deep inside, a spark that won't be tamed. Adventure's calling and I'm already claimed. Grab my keys, a smile and step out into.
Oh, you asked for tuna. And it's another murder scene. All right, fish in boat. We have the first tuna on this boat.
First edible.
Well, first, let's be clear, the first edible tuna.
We are coming out from Cairns, from Trinity Inlet, on our way to Arlington Reef. And we've just cleared the channel. We're about only a mile or two away from the end of the channel. And we've just pulled in our very first longtail tuna. We've trolled lures out the boat almost every day from Brisbane to Cairns and not got one. As well as spending, I don't know how many months we spent in the Whitsundays. Such a relief to finally get that monkey off my back. I just couldn't understand why they weren't taking our lure. I still don't know why, but maybe this is the end of the drought. We are getting warmer now, temperatures are rising. and maybe that's the key, but I know other people have been catching them. Just so nice to know that we'll be having lovely sashimi and tuna-based meals for a couple of days, along with our margaritas this evening on the reef. Happy days. He's 82 centimetres. There is no size limit, and you can have a maximum of 20, but we're happy with one for now.
Sunrise paints the sky in hues of golden rose. Another day begins and anything goes. I shake off the shadows, leave the worries behind. Today's a canvas, fun's the only kind. Got that feeling deep inside, a spark that won't be tamed. Adventure's calling and I'm already claimed. Grab my keys, a smile, and step out into the light. Ready for the fun times, gonna make it right. Fun times, rolling like a summer breeze, laughing loud beneath the shady trees with my friends. Yeah, that's my favorite scene. Living for the times, wild and free and keen. Every moment's precious, gotta seize the day. Let the good vibes lead us, come what may. Fun times, a melody that plays on repeat. Dancing to the rhythm, can't be beat. Windows down, the wind is in my hair. Singing to the radio without a single care. Cruising down the highway with the sun upon my face. Every mile of memory, every moment of grace. Meet up with my crew, the energy ignites. Sharing stories after under neon lights. We're an unstoppable force, a symphony of glee. Chasing after fun times, wild and utterly free.
All right, we are on approach. There are lateral markers that take you between, I don't know if I'm going to say it properly, but there's a cay just off here called Upolu, I think is the way you pronounce it. In the back, you're probably not going to see it, but there is a white sandy cay in the back, that's Vlasov. And we're here at Arlington, which, again, the camera just doesn't show it, but you can see from here the change in the colour of the water. And then in the back is, that's Green Island over there. So we're just making our entrance into the channel that takes us into where these reef systems are. And handily, they have put these lateral markers here for us. So this part is relatively easy, and then it's up to us to guide our way in with the with me standing out here looking for bommies. And we've also got a satellite image which shows us kind of where we need to go, so we'll use both. And you know, even though we've done this a few times now, this is still a little bit nerve-wracking. Like, I feel less petrified than I was the first time we did it, but I certainly am not taking for granted the fact that we are going into a reef system, and we need to be respectful of nature's little bommies. So a couple of boats already out at what is Upolu, and another one out, there's one right out on the other side, there's another reef out there. So we will hopefully just ease our way in here. And there's, again, you won't see it, but there's two sailboats right in the back, and they look like they're on their way to Vlasov, or maybe even Michaelmas, because that's out the back as well. But we're in 4.6 metres of water here, so even though you can see the rocks underneath the water, they're well down. So we, at the moment, are in good shape to make our way through.
Sunrise paints the sky in hues of golden rose. Another day begins and anything goes.
something really magical about coming out to the reef systems. In this instance, we're only 4 hours on a sailboat. I suppose if you're on a power boat, you'd only be an hour or so away from Cairns, which is sort of back in behind us. So we're not as remote as we've been on other reefs. But this system that we're going to come and have a look at, there's a couple of KEs and a couple of reefs that we want to try and tick off the list while we're out here, and just so looking forward to getting into the Barrier Reef proper. So one more lateral marker to go over here on the green, and then we take a right, and then we're over here to where again, I don't know if you can see it, but the colour change is there, and it's a real semicircle of a reef, so we'll be tucked in behind that, laying down some tracks so we can breadcrumb our way back out. The Arlington Reef is just starting here in front of us, and making our entry into the reef system here. I don't know, I've got the camera on my head, so I don't know where to point, but it's kind of in and around here and to the right. So, and the colour of the reef is quite dominant, so you've got a real sense of where we need to go. Always a little bit nerve-wracking coming in. We're getting better at it each time we do it, but good to have a healthy amount of respect while you're at it, because nobody wants to hit a reef. Normally when you're out here with the polarised lenses on, the clouds in the sky get like this purple tinge to them. But directly ahead of us, and I've never seen it, it's a row of clouds that are green. And I'm wondering if that's reflecting this mad aquamarine that you get from the reef systems, if that's what's reflecting up into those clouds. That's so cool. I've never seen anything like it. Just keeps bringing on the surprises. Okay, so Jason's saying to me through the headphones that directly ahead of us there's a little gap between two bits of reef. There's like a little passageway for us to get in. It looks narrow from here, but it won't be once we get up there. And then in front of that is this little lagoon where we should have a nice little safe anchorage, which is just all sand, and it looks just so delightful. And it looks like just a totally clear passage to get in, which would be awesome. And we are just going to glide our way through this absolutely unbelievably blue-green water. This is like someone's just carved out this clear little canal for us to just slip into. It is genuinely like our own little private swimming pool. Okay, so we are in 2.5 metres of water under the keel, and there's a 1.5 metre range. So on the low, we will be golden. We're in a lagoon that's in the centre of the reef, we came in this little entryway here, and it's like a little personal swimming pool, which I will be partaking in. Fresh sashimi sitting in the fridge ready to be had out here. We've got 11.5 limes from Susu. So, margarita man. And then we'll be here. And we might have to just go for a swim. Far out.
Our first little troutie on the spear. Not a huge one, but he's legal. Just hiding under a rock, good spot by Kim. Belly shot, wasn't great, but I'll take it. About for a noob.
So we've taken a tender over to a little beautiful patch not far from the boat, if you can see it, but the boat's back over here somewhere. And Jason's still in having a spear. We haven't managed to, he's had a few cracks, but nothing's come aboard as yet. But it's beautiful out here. It's been glassed out all morning. It's just got a little bit of a ripple on it now, but we went for a paddleboard, and the swimming here is amazing. There's so many great fish here. However, I am not filming underwater because, I don't know, something happened to my camera, and I'm genuinely, everything was snapped closed, but when I went to use it underwater yesterday, it wouldn't start, and then when I got it out of the water, it was full of water, which apparently for cameras is a bad thing. So I feel like I may have, the technical term is fooked it. So look, who knows. So for the time being, we are iPhone only. There'll be no more underwater business. We're down to using the phone, but honestly, first world problems when that's where your boat is and you are snorkeling around in this stuff. So, oh no, I'll just have another margarita and have a little cry into that, and I'll just worry about that another day. But for the time being, we are out here in the glorious reef, and we were going to go across to Vlasov Cay, which you're not going to be able to see, but it's over here in the back. 13 boats there yesterday, 11 boats there today, so we decided that we much preferred our own little private lagoon, and so that's where we are. We are lagooning again today. And tomorrow is going to be good in terms of wind, so we'll make a call as to whether we get across to Vlasov, or there's another little reef just near here. I think it's Upolu or Upolu. I'm not sure how to say that properly. I'm sure I'm offending someone. We might have a look at that, and the plan is tomorrow afternoon head back into Trinity Inlet. We've got a little bit of work on the boat happening on Saturday, thanks Jet, and we'll then make our way south. So today's pretty much the last of the fabulous time out here, and we have the Great Hunter has just arrived back. Any luck?
Very frustrating. They all seem to be, not all, many seem to be just on the cusp of the right size, but just not big enough. I just didn't want to spear something undersized. I did graze a nice tusky, got a scale off him. Did see one nice coral trout. Then I dived down, and by the time I got down there he was gone. Yeah, a little bit frustrating. Sharks were over that other side off the drop off, and immediately there were more fish, more bigger fish there, but also 2 or 3 sharks as well. So I didn't want to spear there. Still very nice edge along here. Beautiful day. But just, I'm not a spear fisherman's bootlace.
Yet.
Yeah.
There's still time.
There's still time.
This is the closest reef before you go back into Cairns. We thought we'd stop in here for a little quick sniff and do a little bit of snorkeling before we've got to go back into Trinity. And we've jagged the mooring buoy, which is awesome. There's only one here. And as we came in, we heard someone calling that you're not to anchor here, yet there's an anchorage mark on the Lucas book. And there's references that if you do anchor here, make sure you do it in sand, and there's heaps of sand here. So I'm not sure what they were talking about with regard to that, or unless someone was trying to anchor within the reef section, which would be silly to do. So I'm not really sure what they were talking about. So if anyone knows, I'd be really interested to hear it. But otherwise, we've got really lucky with the mooring buoy. It's blue and it's a 24-hour. So I don't know, I'm trying to talk him into staying overnight. The wind is going to get up pretty bad tomorrow, so maybe that wouldn't be wise. It's just spectacular. So we're a little ways from where everyone is snorkeling. So we're going to drop the paddleboard in and just paddle across and just drag that behind us so that we're not worried about the tender and where we're going to put that, given the whole anchoring thing here. So, but gosh, look how pretty it is. The colours in this part of the world are insane. So I'm going to stop yapping and get in and have a look. Of course, I broke the camera, so there won't be any underwater shots from here, so I'll just have to describe it when I get back.
That was awesome. Really good. We got in the water just here, and one of the first things we saw was a huge coral trout sitting there smiling at us, and there's patches of reef that have big fish around them, then there's nothing, and then another patch, and then nothing, and then another patch. And we worked our way all the way up in some parts of really nice coral and some really fantastic fish. And right up the other end there was heaps and heaps of really great eating fish, which we just had to stare at, unfortunately. But that was very, very good, highly recommended. And on a day like today, which is just perfect conditions, it's just glass out. Look down into the water and see the bottom, no problem. We swam all the way back to the boat, just staring at the sand as we swam. Absolutely beautiful.
There were clams, there was a moray eel, there were clownfish. I've never seen the clownfish in the wild, so I had a great time having a chat to Nemo and all of his mates. Sensational fish here. Coral patchy, but God, what a beautiful day, and just loved every second of it. So glad we stopped. What an absolutely glorious day. So just here at E Block, E Finger, is a dinghy drop-off. You can pull up there for free. It's right opposite the Prawn Star, and it pops you out right here at the pier. Pier bar is just up there, Salt House is just here, and then you've got the whole boardwalk running along the riverfront, and there's a stack of different restaurants. But this is open from about 6 a.m, 6:30 a.m, and closes anywhere between 8 and 10 p.m, depending on what time the Prawn Star closes, so it stays open for them. So you can go out, no problems, but you just need to make sure that you're back in before they shut the gates. But it's very handy to have the dinghy drop off here, so that you can come straight in, like I said, free of charge, and drop off, pick up, and do that sort of thing. And you can also drop your boat on this side if you just want to pick up some water or drop someone off. It's all free again just to do that. So if you've got day guests, then it's really easy to come in and collect. So here we are. We've just been up to Bunnings. We actually walked, it's about a 30-minute walk, and it was all really convenient. You come straight, it's pretty easy to find. Just come straight through the opening to the marina, and then E Finger is right in front of you, and then just tie up down there at the dinghy dock and off you go. It's fantastic. Very simple.